Hello and welcome to lessonsforguitar.co.uk. On this DVD I'm going to be showing you lots of different exercises to practice to improve your technique. This will range from string skipping to position changing, moving up and down the neck, and lots of things to help you improve. A couple of things to make sure that you kind of embed. One is each exercise practice it for 2 minutes before we move on to the next one. This is to make sure that you're building the muscle memory. And secondly, make sure that you're using a metronome to improve your accuracy and gradually build up your speed over time. So anyway, without any further ado, let's move on to exercise number 1. Okay, exercise number 1. Play it nice and slow to begin with, and make sure you practice it on on each string. So first of all, you're going to move 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 10, 9, 7, 5, 4. So this is a shifting position exercise, so make sure you lead with your first finger and come backwards with your little finger. Okay, so have a go at that one. When we keep it nice and slow, make sure that the evenness of your notes is equal and you're picking accurately and you're not getting any noise in between. So have a go at that one, then move on to the next exercise. Okay, exercise number 2. Again, it's a shifting position exercise, so I'll play it slowly first of all, and then I'll play it at full speed. So you're moving back on the third finger on this one. Okay, so have a go at that one, then we'll move on to the next exercise. Okay, next exercise then. Nice and slowly. 4, 6, 4, 7. 11, 9, 11, 12, 9, 11. Again, practice it on all strings and play it slowly to begin with and build up your speed. Okay, another shifting position exercise. I'll play it for you first and then I'll explain it. Okay, so here we're going to go 7, 9, 7, 10, 14, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14. Make sure you're using alternate picking as well with all of these exercises. So have a go at that one, then we'll move on to the next exercise. Okay, next exercise. So I'll play it first and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, so here we're going to go 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 15, 12, 13. So one more time. 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 15, 12, 13. So have a go at that one, and then we'll move on to your next exercise. Okay, next exercise. Again, it's another position shift exercise, but this time we're going to be shifting with the little finger. So, nice and slowly then. 10, 12, 13, 12, 10, 15, 13, 12, 15. Okay, so have a go at that one, and then we'll move on to your next exercise. Okay, next exercise then. So, 12, 10, 13, 12, 15, 12, 13, 15. Okay, so have we got that one? Then move on to the next one. Okay, next exercise has more of a triplet kind of feel. So I'll play it for you first, and then I'll break it down slowly for you. Okay, so here, I'm going to go 8, 10, 8, 10, 11, 10, 11, 13, 11, 10, 11, 10. So yeah, 8, 10, 8, 10, 11, 10, 11, 13, 11, 10, 11, 10. Etc. Okay, let's move on to the next exercise. Okay, the next exercise is another triplet kind of feel exercise, but there are a couple of unusual fingering patterns with my left hand, so keep an eye on the left hand and pay close attention to that, as that's the bit that might throw you off. So now I'll play it for you nice and slowly. Okay, so nice and slow. So have a go at that one, play it nice and slowly till you get the hang of it, and then move on to the next one. Okay, the next one is another shift pattern, but you're going to be moving up from one end of the neck up until the other end. So I'll play it nice and slowly for you. Okay, so here we're going to go 4, 6, 7, 4, 16, 14, 12, 16. Okay, the next one is another position shift exercise, so I'll play it for you first, nice and slowly. So that's going to be 5, 7, 4, 5, 14, 16, 12, 16. So once again, 5, 7, 4, 5, 14, 16, 12, 16. So have a go at those two, and then we'll move on to your next exercises. Okay, next exercise, we're going to play a scale. We're not going to start on the root note of the scale, and we're going to play on one string all the way up. So I'll play it for you first, and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, so what we're going to play here, this is going to be a C major scale, but here we're starting on an F because that's the first note on the string. So we're going to play 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 7, 8, 10, 8, 10, 12, 10, 12, 13, 12, 13, 15, 13, 15, 17, 15, 17, 19, 17, 19, 20. We're going to go 20, 19, 17, 19, 17, 15, 15, sorry, 17, 15, 13, 15, 13, 12, 13, 12, 10, 12, 10, 8, 10, 8, 7, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, 3, 5, 2, 1. Now you can also play this, in fact you can play all these exercises, legato as well, so you're not going to be using your pick. So you can just pick the first note. Now you can play it on all strings, however my advice would be try and stick to playing within the key. So I'll play it slowly for you on each string, but it's going to be remaining in the key of C major. Okay, so as you'll notice, the high E string and the low E string, you'll play the same pattern on both because the notes are the same. Anyway, so have a go at that one. The tabs will be on your help sheet, so have a go at those and then move on to the next one. Okay, next exercise is going to be a variation of the previous exercise. So it's going to be the same scale, it's going to be the same pattern, or the same notes that you're playing, but you're going to be playing a slightly different finger with your left hand. So I'll play it nice and slowly first of all, until you get the understanding of how it's going to be played. Okay, so nice and slowly, you'll notice that when I move up with my first finger. When I move back with my little finger. So. Okay, so it's quite a long pattern when you think that was only on one string. However, what I want you to do is play that on every string. So. Okay, that's the pattern on the B string. Let's look at the pattern now on the G string. Okay, now let's have a look at the pattern on the D string. let's take a look at the same pattern on the A string. So again, all we're doing here, we're just playing the same sort of pattern, but it's always in the key of C. So we're only going to be using the notes C, D, E, F, G, A and B. So no sharps or flats. So let's have a look at the pattern on the A string. Okay, now last but not least, let's look at the pattern on the low E string. This will be the same as on the high E string, but let's play it anyway. Okay, let's have a look at some string skipping exercises. Okay, first exercise then is going to be a pretty simple one. It's just going to use two notes on three separate strings. So I'll play it first of all. Okay, so what we're going to do here, on the high E string, we're going to play 19 and 20. Then on the D string, we're going to play 21 and 22. On the low E string, 19 and 20. Then on the high E string, we can go up to 17 and 19. Across with your middle finger onto the D string on 19 to 21, and then on the low E string 17 and 19 again. On the high E string 15 to 17, D string 17 to 19, low E string 15 to 17. Then on the high E string 14 to 15, on the D string 16 to 17, on the low E string 14 to 17. On your high E string 12 to 14, on the D string 14 to 16, low E string 12 to 14. Then on your high E string 10 to 12, 12 to 14 on the D, and 10 to 12 on the low E. Then on the high E string, we're going to go 8 to 10, 10 to 12 on the D, and 8 to 10 again on the low E. On your high E string, 7 to 8, 9 to 10 on your D string, 7 to 8 on your low E. On your high E string, 5 to 7, D string 7 to 9, and 5 to 7 again. 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 3 to 5, 2 to 3, 4 to 5. So have a go at that one and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, this next exercise is based on a C major scale. I'll play it for you slowly first and then I'll break it down. Okay, so what you're going to play first of all on the A string, you're going to play C, D and E. Then you're going to play the same notes on the G string. Then you're going to play the same notes on the high E string. So that's going to be 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 9, 8, 10, 12. Okay, scales. First scale we're going to look at now is the G major scale. I'm going to play this with 3 notes per string, and what's very important is the way I pick. So I'll play the scale, then I'll break it down and I'll show you what's important about the way I pick. Okay, so with your pick, when you're going down the strings, the reason I'm playing 3 notes per string is because it always allows you to sweep through. As you finish your last note on the last string, you're already coming down and you're then going to pick another down string. Then up. So, we're going to play G major then, so it's going to go 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 8, 7, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, 4, then 7, 5, 3. Now what we're going to do, we're going to play various different ways of playing the scale. So have a go through the scale first of all, get that sort of so you know the pattern, and then we'll look at a couple of different ways of playing the scale. Okay, now we're going to play the scale in thirds. So I'll play it for you first and then I'll show you how we do it. So when I say in thirds, if you take that as note 1, that would be note 2, and this is note 3. So you go 1 to 3, then 2 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 6, etc. So nice and slowly for you. That one, and then we'll look at the next way of playing the same scale. Okay, so now we're going to play the same scale, but we're going to play it in triplets, going up in triplets this time. So I'll play it for you first and I'll break it down slowly. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to play 3 notes at a time. So G, A, B, A, B, C, B, C, D, C, D, E, D, E, F sharp, E, F sharp, G, etc. So slowly again. Have a go at that, and now we'll move on to the next pattern. Okay, now we're going to play the same scale, 4 notes at a time. Okay, so nice and slowly then. Okay, so have a go at that one, and now we'll look at the next pattern. Okay, in this pattern we're going to play the scale up and down, but we're just going to play it up, and we're going to increase it by 1 string at a time. I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to go up to the top of each string, but then come back down. Okay, so have a go at that one, nice and slow, and then we'll move on to the next exercise, the next pattern. Okay, this pattern is the same pattern that you played earlier when we've done this one. However, this time we're going to move across the strings. So I'll play it slowly for you first. So have a go at that one then, and then we're going to look at some of the modes that are in the same scale. Okay, modes. So basically a mode is simply the same scale but it's starting on a different note. For example, in G major, the major scale starts on G. That's also known as the Ionian mode. The next mode starts on A, which is called the Dorian mode. So I'm going to play that for you all the way through so you can learn the pattern on there. But modes are nothing to be confused about. It's exactly the same scale, you just start on a different note. For example, if I play here, but if I start on the second note, that there is the Dorian mode. So that's all it is, it's pretty straightforward. Anyway, I'm going to play through the modes so that you can learn the patterns, and then I'm going to show you how to put the exercises together with all the modes that you're playing. So first one then, let's do the Dorian mode. So slowly. Next mode is the Phrygian mode. This time we start on the B, so the third note of the scale. One more time. Okay, the next mode is the Lydian mode, so we start on the fourth note, so this C. One more time. Next mode is the fifth mode, the Mixolydian mode. One more time. Okay, have a go at that one, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, now we have the Aeolian mode. This is basically the minor scale. The sixth degree of the scale is where you start your minor scale or your minor key. So now we're going to start on E. One more time. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the final mode in the key. Okay, the final mode is called the Locrian mode. So this time we start on the seventh note, which is going to be an F sharp. So you can play it here, you can play it here, we'll play it here just because it's a little bit easier to play. So nice and slowly for you. So, what you'll notice in these modes and in these scales and shapes is there's a lot of symmetry there. For example, in the G major scale, those two strings are exactly the same. The next two strings, exactly the same. And the next two strings, exactly the same. Then we go to the, start from the A. So those middle three strings are all the same. And the next two strings are the same. Next shape. Again, those two strings are the same. Now the next three strings are the same, you just have to move up one fret. Okay, next shape. So those two strings are the same. The next two strings are the same, you just need to move up a fret. Next pattern, the first three strings are the same. The next two are the same, you just move up a fret. Again, on this shape, start from the E, the first two strings are going to be the same. The next two strings are the same. The next one is also the same, it's just moved up a fret. And on the final shape, the first two are the same, the second two are the same, and the last two are the same. Okay, now I'm going to show you a routine that I often practice where you're playing all of the modes together, but you're playing it with some of the patterns that we played earlier. I'll demonstrate it first. Right, this next pattern involves all 7 of the mode shapes. I'm going to play it in thirds as we did earlier, and the way I'm going to play it is up the first pattern, down the second, up the third, down the fourth, etc. So I'll play it for you first, nice and slow, and then you'll see what I mean. Okay, that's the pattern. Let's break it down and show you how to do it. Right then, how do we play this song? We start with the G major scale and we play it up in thirds as we did earlier. Then we come down with the second pattern. Which is the Dorian mode. So we come down in the Dorian and we go up in the Phrygian. Then we come down in the Lydian. up in the mixolydian. Then we come down in the aeolian. Then we go up in the Locrian. And then we come back down on the major scale. So that's your modes for you and the pattern. Also, you can play any of these shapes that we did etc. If you want to put all of the variations that we did on the major scale, you can apply to this extended framework. So have a go at creating your own patterns as well as the ones that you've got here. Now we're going to move on to the pentatonic scale. The pentatonic scale has 5 different shapes. So what I'll play them all for you slowly, and then we'll look at each one individually. We're going to do an E minor pentatonic, so we're going to start on the 12th fret. That's pattern 1. Okay, here's the second pattern, which starts on a G, which can be played on the 15th fret or the 3rd fret. I'll play it on the 3rd fret just because I feel like it. This is the 3rd shape, or 3rd shape if you speak proper English. Now let's have a look at the 4th shape. Okay, here's the 4th shape then. And finally, let's have a look at the 5th shape. Okay, the notes in this scale are E, G, A, B, and D. The reason it's called pentatonic is because there's 5 notes. So all those patterns are just variations. Now what you can do with this is exactly the same as we did with the major scale. So you can practice in doing it in thirds. You can do your runs in threes. You can do it in fours. Etc. You can do all the different patterns that we did earlier. So that's pretty much it. What I would suggest is every single day you practice your scales, your modes and your patterns. So I'd say for a minimum of half an hour a day. Add into that all your other techniques, and you should find that your playing and your accuracy and your position changing gets a lot better, a lot quicker. Anyway, good luck and speak to you soon.